Hello guys, Malik999 here, and today we're gonna see what we can do to get not only a working Linux installation on this computer, but a fully working, or as close as we can get to working on this computer, desktop environment for Linux. As you probably know, running Linux on one of these guys is a little bit more complicated than doing it on your Intel or AMD processor desktop PC, given that this CPU in this computer is not x86, it is ARM, like what's probably in your cell phone or your tablet. Now, mind you, Linux has existed for ARM for quite a while, and it still exists for quite a while. For example, there's Raspberry Pi that comes with a distro of Linux, and the Raspberry Pi, the little CPU in it, is an ARM CPU. There's a Ubuntu server for ARM because there exist, even as I understand, even enterprise servers that use the ARM architecture, and Ubuntu has a distro that's been ported to ARM for servers. I mean, yeah, that's Linux on ARM, right? Now, what I want to see is can we get something functioning that is not entirely text-based, but that you can work on the MacBook in Linux and use it like what most people would think of as a computer, right? So I'll get the capture setup going and we'll get started. How's that sound? Okay, so after a little bit of tinkering with OBS, I'm sure many of y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Earlier, the window was like all pushed up into the corner on the left inside OBS, despite the canvas size being set to the resolution of the output of the capture card. But nevertheless, we have it going now. Now, to be upfront, this isn't exactly the first time I've tried this. As you can see, we have UTM open and ready to go, and you can see I have a virtual machine already set up. This is Debian 12 with the GNOME desktop environment already set up. And you can see the kinds of problems that I'm having with this. So far so good, but it's kind of slow. I mean, I've booted Linux on my main computer many times and it's would have already started by now. And we are still waiting. I'm not sure if this is a Debian or a GNOME problem or whatever, but I kind of wish that even the cursor is not working in the virtual machine. I kind of wish that there we go, finally it works. I was saying that I kind of wish that it would explain what step it was on, like it'd be more verbose than that. The resolution would be looking kind of crusty on the video capture. I don't know if that's a video capture problem or inside the virtual machine. I mean, the desktop looked pretty good earlier. Okay, let's sign in. Come on, spin that pinwheel. Spin that pinwheel. And we are still waiting. This is not even us trying to run any kind of apps or anything like that. This is just getting into the desktop environment here. I mean, it's impressive that it's able to do anything at all. This wasn't the graphical install, mind you, so it was a bit easier to install this than you probably would expect. But again, man, this is so slow. And yes, I know this is emulated. This isn't just plain virtualization. Okay, so finally, we have a desktop environment. This is, again, the GNOME desktop environment running over Debian 12. Not Ubuntu, not Linux Mint, just plain Debian with GNOME. Okay, Firefox is loaded by default, and watch what happens when we try to launch it. And we are still waiting. So far, so good, but it's kind of slow. I mean, I've booted Linux on my main computer many times, and it's would have already started by now. And we are still waiting. I'm not sure if this is a Debian or a GNOME problem or whatever, but I kind of wish that even the cursor is not working in the virtual machine. I kind of wish that there we go, finally it works. I was saying that I kind of wish that it would explain what step it was on, like it'd be more verbose than that. The resolution would be looking kind of crusty on the video capture. I don't know if that's a video capture problem or inside the virtual machine. I mean, the desktop looked pretty good earlier. Okay, let's sign in. Come on, spin that pinwheel. Spin that pinwheel. And we are still waiting. This is not even us trying to run any kind of apps or anything like that. This is just getting into the desktop environment here. I mean, it's impressive that it's able to do anything at all. This wasn't the graphical install, mind you, so it was a bit easier to install this than you probably would expect. But again, man, this is so slow. And yes, I know this is emulated. This isn't just plain virtualization. Okay, so finally, we have a desktop environment. This is, again, the GNOME desktop environment running over Debian 12. Not Ubuntu, not Linux Mint, just plain Debian with GNOME. Okay, Firefox is loaded by default, and watch what happens when we try to launch it. I don't even see any kind of indication that. Okay, let's put it into full screen. Thank you. Oh, it's already in full screen. Wonder why it's taking so long. I don't think this is gonna work. Okay, let's hit activities. And again, mind you, yes, I did turn off animations. I did remember to do that. I turned off the animations in the accessibility menu. Come on. You know you're having a bad day when you see little weird window jagged edges like that, am I right? It took so long just to boot into the operating system, much less start any kind of modern app. Clearly, this is not going to work. Okay, so there's two things I want to try. The first is try Debian again, because Debian is the distro, well, not the distro, but the class of distros that I know the most. That's what I've used on my main computer in the past, Debian-based distros. But it seems like GNOME, this GUI, is not going to cut it for us. So what we're going to do is that we're going to reinstall Debian on this virtual machine. It again is going to be emulated x86, but after we install Debian without any kind of graphical interface, we're going to install a different desktop environment. Which one it is, I am not sure yet. Okay, so we're back in the UTM main menu, and we're going to make a new virtual machine. We're going to emulate Linux, browse. Okay, so we have our downloads folder here, and we're looking for, let's see here, we want Debian. Boy howdy, have I tried these two, and these, I couldn't even install Ubuntu or Kubuntu. I think I've tried Lubuntu in the past. Man, it's so confusing, so many of them. Yeah, I've tried all three of those in the past, and I couldn't even install them. So if we're gonna get a GUI Debian install Linux emulated on QEMU with UTM, I think this is gonna be it. x86, yep, because that's what the Linux, what this kind of Linux is made for. Let's see here. You know, I've never picked anything other than the what it gives you. I wonder if 2009 has anything to do with it. I mean, our options are a bunch of 2009 stuff and 1996 stuff. I'm pretty sure this is not going to be doing the trick. Okay, we're going to have that started. We're going to give it... no, we do not want to give it all of the computer's memory. Let's see here, CPU cores. Let's put in a... Alright, let's put in 1 billion CPU cores. That's hilarious. Okay, we're going to just leave it on default. Okay. Continue. Yeah, 64 gigabytes. Do I want to have a shared folder? We'll do that later. Yep, we'll call it that. Actually, we'll call it Linux. Okay, so the funniest thing just happened. I have my keyboard for the computer that's actually recording this thing on my left, and I have the MacBook in the center. And what's happened is that I forgot which keyboard I was typing on, and then I hit the spacebar on the other keyboard, and I stopped the recording that way because in the tools menu bar of the OBS, not the tools, the controls menu of OBS, stop recording was selected already. So let me see if I can. Okay, so there's no way to decouple the spacebar from it. Okay, we're just gonna keep going on. Let's use the right keyboard this time. We're gonna call this Linux 2. Save. And let's go ahead and get this party started. Okay, I know what this is about. We've been here before. We're not going to do a graphical install. We're going to do a regular install. I mean, regular in this case is an awful bit subjective, ain't it? I mean, people who are new to computing would probably think that, well, whatever this is the advanced way, right? Okay, we want United States and English. American English, please. I might end up speeding up a little bit of this for the interest of time, because you probably may want to see the whole process, but maybe not necessarily want to experience exactly how long this process will take for all of us. As with a lot of things in Linux, it's not the kernel it's not like the core parts of the kernel, like the very basic parts of the operating system that takes all the time to load and to set up for installation and whatever. It's the drivers a lot of the time that takes all of that time. Please enter a host name for the system. I'm gonna call it MacBook. Not terribly creative, but we're gonna call it the same thing. Domain name, do I really need to bother with this? We'll call it MacBook. It's probably not valid domain name, but I don't think that's gonna be strictly necessary. Just your full name is a reasonable choice. Well, I don't feel like typing that, so I'm just gonna do this. Yes, please. Essential. The installer can guide you through partitioning a disk. Use the entire disk. It's in a virtual machine, so I don't think it's gonna mess anything up for us. Yes, recommended for new users. I mean, maybe I'm not a new user to Linux entirely, but I mean, I'm probably a new user for running x86 Linux on a M1 MacBook. Yes, I said I'd do it. Wait, no, I hit no. Yes. Yes, write the changes to the disks. I mean, I can't really be too upset because I'm sure this has probably saved a fair few many people from formatting the hard drive with the only copy of precious family photos and whatever people forget to back up on their computers. The configuring the package manager. So like the mailman. Yeah, I know what this is. We're configuring apt. Okay, scanning installation media finds a label. Blah 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 blah. You now have the option of scanning additional media for use by the package manager. Normally, these should be set the same as the one you booted from. If you do not have any additional media, this step can be skipped. I don't, so we're gonna nope. Let's see here. USA. Is this the first one that appears? So yes, please. Yes, please. Well, no, please. Leave a blank for nothing. I remember this step in particular taking an awful while. The last time I did this with a graphical thing, let's see how much faster this is. Okay, it looks like UTM was actually running just fine, except my capture card stopped working. Yay! The good news, though, is that it looks like the installation did finish based on the last screenshot that we can see in the UTM window. So we're gonna see. Oh, it's still running. What's going on here? Okay, looks like it's... Okay, we're going to stop it. Yes, stop it. Okay, we're going to edit because this is basically us taking out the... Let's see, we're going to get rid of this. We don't need the disk image anymore. Save. And start. Yes, please. And we're at the same sort of thing that we were looking at the very beginning of the video. I can't tell yet if this is the same thing as last time or different. Oh, come on. It's the same thing. Oh, no. Maybe this version of GNOME is going to run a little bit faster. It's probably the same version anyway, so... Yep. The same thing. It's tempting, but I'm not going to do it. And the animations are enabled, so this is going to take even longer. Okay. I just need to get to the terminal. Come on, do not deny me this, please. No. Oh. No, I don't want to play this game anymore. Come on. No. Go away. No, I do not want to do the initial setup. I want to get to the terminal, please. The terminal. Can we type something in the terminal? Yes. Okay, we're in business now. Okay. No, I'm trying to... I forgot which... What was that? Okay, so I have instructions here. I really wish I had thought to do this the last time. I mean, it's probably more proper to reinstall the whole thing, but let's try this. Let's see here. No, it's probably better to do this. Well, it's probably better to... Again, what is that noise? It's coming from the Mac, I think. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I forgot. There's no sudo command in plain Debian. Guess I was rambling a bit there. What I'm trying to say is that it's probably better to reinstall the whole thing rather than trying to remove the desktop environment, but I don't feel like waiting any longer, so... Oh, come on, man. Does this do anything? Forums.debian.net. Someone said there that this is one way to do it. Okay. So this is the same menu that I saw the last time. Okay. So we're going to... Same thing happened again. Okay. Try again. How do I unselect things? Is it spacebar? It's spacebar. We're going to... Oh boy, howdy, there's a fair few things. I think it's... There we go. I think we're removing the GNOME package and all the packages associated with GNOME right now. Yep, there it goes. Please tell me this is not going to take as long as installing them. Okay, so I think GNOME is removed from the package list. I mean, we still have... Oh, do not close it. Wait, what process is running? There shouldn't be no process running. There's still a process running that, well, get rid of it. Power off. Thank you very much. Okay, where did the other one go? Did we delete the other virtual machine? Well, it seems like we did. Let's see if GNOME is finally gone from our Debian install. Clearly that didn't work. Clearly that did not work. Well, it seems like I've run out of time to record right now. Okay, we know how to manipulate that window because the window that we got after running task cell, whatever that's meant to stand for, running that produces the same menu. So we know that was the space bar to unselect and select. We're going to come back and we're going to reinstall Debian again. Again, I think this is the third time I've done it so far, but okay. We'll reinstall Debian without any desktop environment, and we'll go from there.